We look at our first calculation. We've got 46 add 27 equals, and we can form an addition sign with our arms for add. These are large numbers, so we will use column addition, and we can karate chop in straight lines for our straight columns in column addition. We start with our column headings, our private ones, and we can salute, and then our captain tens, and we can twirl a pretend moustache. We then add in our columns with 2 lines for our answer and our addition sign. We look at 46 with 4 tens and 6 ones, and then 27 with 2 tens and 7 ones. In this lesson, we are regrouping in our ones column. We can see quickly that our ones column adds to more than 9. So this means we have a problem, as only 9 are allowed on our ships for each column. So we'll have to regroup. We're fine in the tens column, as this will add to less than 9. So in this lesson, we are regrouping all our calculations in the ones column. Let's get going. We always start with our private ones, and we have 6 add 7 in our ones column. I'm going to swap. We can see our 2 arrows, and we can point across for swap. I'm going to swap the numbers, as adding with the biggest number first is easier. So we got 6 add 7. I'm going to swap to start with the biggest number. 7 is bigger than 6. So I'm going to go for 7 add 6. And I'm going to count on. So I'm going to put the biggest number in my fist. And then I'm going to hold 6 fingers up and then bend as I count on. So 7 in my fist, 6 fingers up and bend. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we count on to 13 ones. But we have a problem, as in our private ones ship, we can only have 9 privates. And we've got 13. There's too many. So what do we need to do? Well, first we'll put 13 into our head, and we can point to our head. And we can also write 13 down by the side of our calculation. We need to regroup, and we can group our hands together. And regroup and get 1 team of 10, we can hold 1 finger up, 1 team of 10 to send to the next column so we can fit our private ones onto their ship. 13 is made up of a 10 and a 3. 10 add 3 is 13. So we can regroup 13 private ones into 1 team of 10 with 3 private ones left behind. Our orange 1 changes to green for our 1 team of 10. We are then left with our orange 3 private ones, which we can write into our ones column. Our 1 team of 10, our green 1, is squeezed into our submarine regroup. And they sink down, and we can point down like our arrow. And they travel across, we can point across like our arrow, to be under the command of our captain tens column. We twirl a pretend moustache, so it appears under our tens column. So there's our regrouped 1 team of 10. Now we'll move on to our captain tens column, and we twirl our pretend moustache again. We have 4 teams of 10 and 2 teams of 10. We don't need to swap this time because our biggest number is first. 4 is bigger than 2. So 4 add 2, we're going to count on again. So we'll put 4 in our fist and then 2 fingers, and we'll bend as we count. So 4, 5, 6, and we get to 6 teams of 10. We don't write 6 in yet because we need to add our regrouped 1 team of 10 that's in our submarine regroup. And to help us remember that, we'll circle it, and we can draw a circle in the air. So we had 6 teams of 10, but we've got an extra 1. So 6 add 1 gives us 7. And if we think of our Captain 10 ship, this is fine, as 9 teams are allowed, and we have 7, so they fit on. So we'll cross off our extra 1 regrouped team, and we can form a cross with our arms. So we've added our extra 1 to get to 7, we can write 7 in, and we've finished. We have our answer, 73, and we have regrouped in our ones column. Our next calculation, we got 54 add 38 equals. We start with our private ones, as always, and we have 4 add 8. We'll swap our numbers to get our biggest number first, so 8 add 4. We'll count on, and we'll put 8 in our fist, and then add 4 and bend as we count. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we get to 12 ones. And we have a problem, as we can only have 9 privates in our private ones ship. So if there's 10 or more, we're stuck, and we have 12. So we need to put this into our head, and we can write it by the side of our calculation to help us. We need to regroup again and get one team of 10 to send to the next column so we can fit our privates onto their ship. 12 is made up of a 10 and a 2. 10 add 2 is 12. So we're going to regroup 12 private ones into one team of 10 with 2 private ones left behind. Our orange 1 changes to green for our one team of 10, and we're left with our orange 2 private ones which are left behind, and we can write them in to our ones column. Our one team of 10, our green 1, is squeezed into our submarine regroup. And what happens to the submarine? It sinks down, we can point down, and it travels across to be underneath our next column. You can see our green 1, our one team of 10, under the command of our Captain 10. Now we'll add our Captain 10's column. We have 5 teams of 10, add 3 teams of 10. We don't need to swap because our biggest number is first already. We'll count on. We put 5 in our fist and then 3 fingers bend as we count. So 5, there's 3 fingers, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we get to 8 teams of 10. We don't write 8 in because we need to add our one team that's in our submarine regroup. And to help us remember it, we can circle and draw a circle in the air. So we had 8 teams of 10 and we got another 1. So 8 add 1 gives us 9. 9 teams of 10. And if we think of our Captain 10 ship, this is fine as 9 teams are allowed and we have 9, so they fit on perfectly. We can cross off our extra regrouped 1 and form a cross with our arms because we've added it. And then we've got 9 teams of 10, so we can write 9 in. And we have our answer, 92, and we have regrouped again in our ones column. Let's look at another calculation and work a little faster. Pause to give your own answers as we go, and use our pictures to help. So we've got 35 add 45 equals. We've set out our columns, so let's start with our private ones. We add 5 add 5, no need to swap. So 5 add 5 is 10. Now 10 is more than the 9 privates allowed on our private ones ship. So we store it in our head and we can write it down next to our calculation. And now we're going to regroup and group 10 privates into one team of 10. So I'm going to circle my 1 for our one team of 10. And then we'll see what's left behind. Well, I've got a 0 there. We've got no private ones left behind. So we can write our 0 in our private ones column. We've got our one team of 10 and we're going to squeeze it into our submarine regroup, and the submarine sinks down and travels across, and our one team of 10 appears under the 10's column under the command of our Captain 10. We move on to our Captain 10's column, and we've got 3 teams of 10 add 4 teams of 10. I'll swap this time to get the biggest number first, so we'll go for 4 add 3. 4 add 3 is 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 teams of 10 I've got. But we can't forget our one regrouped 10 in our submarine, which we circle so we don't forget it. So we had 7, we got another 1. So 7 add 1, 7, 8. We've got 8 teams of 10. I'll cross off my extra one regrouped team. 8 teams of 10, and 8 will fit on to our Captain 10 ship because it's less than 9, so we can fit them on. And we'll write 8 in, and we have our answer 80, and we have regrouped in our ones. Another one, our last one, if you need more practice, pause again and give your own answers as we go. We start again with our private ones, and we have 4 add 9. This time we'll swap to get our biggest number first, so 9 add 4. 9 add 4 is 13, so we've got 13 private ones, but this again is more than the 9 privates allowed on our ship. We can't fit them on. So we store 13 in our head, and we can write it down by the side of our calculation. And we can regroup 13 privates to get one team of 10, which I've circled. But if I take 10 from 13, we've left some privates behind, and it's this 3. We've got 3 private ones left behind, and we can put those into our private ones column. Right, this one team of 10, we're going to squeeze them into our submarine regroup. Our submarine sinks down and then travels across to our 10s column and is underneath the 10s column under the command of our Captain 10. We move on to our Captain 10s column, and we've got 2 teams of 10, add 6 teams of 10. I'm going to swap to get the biggest number first, so instead of 2 add 6, I'm going to go for 6 add 2. 6 add 2 is 6, 7, 8. 8 teams of 10. But we can't forget our extra 1 regrouped team in our submarine, which we can circle it, draw a circle in the air so we don't forget it. So we had 8 teams, we got an extra 1. 8 add 1, 8 add 1. We've got 9 teams now, and we can cross off our extra 1, so we've added it. So we've got 9 teams of 10. Let's check our Captain 10 ship. 9 can fit on. We've got 9, so they fit perfectly. We write our number in, we have our answer, 93, and we have regrouped in our ones column. In this video, we've looked at addition, concentrating on using tens and ones column addition with regrouping in the ones column. And our steps to success, we can hopefully say at the end of this video, are: number 1, I can set out column addition using tens and ones numbers. And number 2, I can add ones and tens. And number 3, I can regroup ones. And number 4, I can add the regrouped 10. This has been a Teaching Alive short video taken from themed units aimed at learners aged 7 to 11. Throughout our videos, we use pictures and suggest actions for teaching points. So please join in with us to support learning and have some fun. For more information on the Teaching Alive project, and to be shown to learn and to practice more, visit teachingalive.co.uk.